On these, like on the hands and the feet, carpet? Which means will you also take carpet, or you want? Yeah, no, I'll take either one. Okay, so you want carpet. Yeah. And the same with medical. Yeah. It's all of them.
Okay, make sure that you have your hands on stools so you can see what's going on. Okay. Grab a chair. Grab one of the chairs or get one from somewhere else. Just rip it out from under it. Just kidding.
A little tooth decay there.
Just kidding. Okay, good. Everyone in? Everyone got a skull near them.
Wait, hold on. Let me get on the right page.
One right there. I can see it. Okay, so we're going to start with frontal bone. Let's see if my skull cap matches. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, we just pretend. Very jugular. Good. Very okay. If you need to see it again, let me know.
And the jugular veins really come up through there?
Yeah. Cool. Okay, now, here's the tricky part for this superior view. In order to get to the carotid, we have to go from our jugular, and we're going to climb over the mountain. Okay, we're climbing over the mountain to this little indentation right here. It doesn't go all the way through. That is the carotid.
So it's over the mountain.
So on this side, it's easier to see.
Yeah, right in front of it. And the reason
jugular,
jugular, it goes diagonal, so the other side of it is like, yeah, on the other side of the mountain. Remember, our occipital goes all the way down underneath the skull. Our suture right here is going to be our lambdoid suture because remember we lay down and count lambs instead of sheep. Yeah, we're laying down to count lambs instead of sheep. So that's our lambdoid suture right there. I'm going to skip around here a little bit. Then we have our external occipital protuberance. Okay, external because it's on the outside. Occipital bone protrudes out protuberance. Oh, it's okay. Everybody find their bump? Mm-hmm. Good, good. Muscle attachment. It's always muscle attachment. You can see when you have that, it's a roughened bone, and that helps it to attach more firmly. So you have the occipitofrontalis muscle that attaches to that, which we'll talk about when we get to muscles. All right, so then we have, is Chrissy, are you done?
Yeah, I just missed one.
Okay, you come sit closer now so we can squeeze in. All right, so then we go to the occipital condyles, and those condyles are an inferior view, okay? And they're right here, and what do they sit on?
The spine, or the vertebrae, that little
Which
thing.
one?
C1.
Yeah.
Oh, the atlas.
Atlas, which is C1. Remember, it's in alphabetical order for you, so you can see those condyles right there. Yeah, atlas, because alphabetical order. Axis is second. All right. Then we got the foramen magnum, which is the big hole for the brainstem, connecting with the spinal cord. Okay. Oh, you're fine. We got that. All right. Let's go to the sphenoid. Fine. All right, sphenoid, our backbone. We need some wings. We're going to look at a superior view. The ridges. That's like the third time I dropped that. I know. Oh, here is my lesser wing. Find the ridges. They're up high. They're small, okay? Ridges, right here.
Towards the front of the head.
Lesser. Mm-hmm. Lesser just means smaller, so they're smaller. Then I'm going to drop down into the valley right here. That is the greater wing, all in there.
Where's that?
Okay.
So this is the lesser wing?
Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah, we're getting there. Greater wing.
Greater wing.
Greater wing is in the valley. Okay? Right there. Lesser wing ridge, greater wing valley. Okay? All right, then we have the sella turcica, which is our turcus saddle right in the middle that our pituitary gland sits in. I know, this is one of my faves. One of my faves, because it looks like a saddle, right? It is. Sphenoid, find in the book. Pterygoid, here we go. We're going to go to an inferior view. Inferior view. We are going to follow our teeth down into the pterygoids, right here. Follow our teeth down into the pterygoids.
So just the little canal here.
Yep, but it's
That's
both
the
of them.
medial and lateral.
Okay,
right?
so there's a medial and lateral on both of them. This is the lateral on this side. This is the medial on this side. This one's the medial. This one's the lateral. Okay, so two pterygoids, each with a lateral and medial. You're going to have two pterygoid muscles, a lateral pterygoid and a medial pterygoid, and those are your part of your chewing muscles.
A little space in between.
Not the space, the whole thing. No, you don't need to know the space in between. Just the whole thing is the pterygoid process.
And we need to know lateral and medial.
Yes. Okay. Pterygoid. Do I have it on there?
No.
Oh, then you don't.
We got lateral and inferior.
Right here, pterygoid. Right here, pterygoid. Okay? They look like little pterodactyl wings. I don't know. They're just kind of branch out. All right, then we go to the orbital fissures. Look into the eyes of your skeleton. Okay. Find your superior orbital fissures and your inferior orbital fissures. They should be easy to find. Yep, they're the slits, right? Slits.
So
everybody find that pretty easy.
posterior, inferior,
Here, you guys look at this one, 'cause I don't know that they're that good on that one. Okay, do you see? Yep. All right, now what I want you to do is stick the probe through it and find them through the other way. If I pin them from the opposite direction, where would they go? Okay.
can't really see on ours. So.
Yeah,
You don't
ours
see it.
doesn't
You
really
only
go
see the
through.
superior.
All right, so that goes to an inferior view, but where does it goes through the cheek, right? So the inferior is a little tricky because when you go through the inferior, it comes through the cheek. Okay, so comes through the cheek.
That is really strange.
Is it just like,
not right.
It isn't, I know, right? You're like, wait, what? Okay, that's where it goes through the cheekbone.
And the superior goes through the skull.
So we're still on sphenoid. Okay, now find your optic canal from the front. And there's a little tiny hole at right inside, little tiny hole right inside, and that is the optic canal.
In the superior.
Yeah, it's right.
It's just right
it's
above
right
and
above
medial.
medial
Oh,
to the
okay.
superior orbital fissure. Did you guys find yours? Then find it from the other side too. You got it. Yep.
It's this one.
It'd be neat if it went
Yeah.
through.
Huh?
Here it is from the other side.
So you see it from the front, and you should see it from
the-
the back. So there's
That's
the front. And then
that's
from
the
the
optic
back, you
canal.
guys, from the superior
That's
view.
the orbital fissure.
Remember,
Yeah,
he's
but it's
sitting
the
on
optic
his
canal in
saddle
it.
and he's looking
Okay.
through his optic canals. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay,
My
one
little
more-
cowboy
Yeah.
is sitting there and looking through his optic canals. Those are his binoculars.
Yep.
Okay, and that makes sense because it's optic canal where the optic nerve comes through. Okay, so all of our foramens. We're going to look at all of our foramens from the superior view. So, remember my cowboy is sitting there. On the back of his saddle, right here, on either side of his saddle is the foramen lacerum where his lasso is sitting. Back side of the saddle.
Lacerum, right there.
On the one side? you only
On
have-
both.
Show me, Brandon, when you get it. Yep, you got it.
Is it here?
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's my saddle. Here's anterior. Back side of the saddle, right here. Foramen lacerum. Okay. Now he has to look out over the ovale. So we're going to go lateral to this oval structure, and that is the foramen ovale.
That's the big one.
Okay. Do you see how it's oval? That's right here too. Foramen ovale. He's looking over the ovale.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Foramen ovale.
And that's lateral to the lacerum.
Use my probe in nonsense. Foramen ovale. Yes, you got it. Okay. Right behind the foramen ovale is a tiny little hole called the foramen spinosum. Okay. Right behind it. Right behind it. Remember, he sees something over the ovale, so he has to spinosum his lasso now. Foramen spinosum.
Just back a little.
Yep, right there.
Wait, so what is this?
Nope, it's that one.
This one?
And let me ask you, what is that?
Is that the rotunda?
That is the carotid.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, because it goes diagonal. So the spinosum is right here, behind the ovale.
Is this
Can you point that out to us one more time? So
This one, the
spinosum.
spinosum.
Ours is lousy.
Yeah, yours is, but that is it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Behind the
spinosum to
ovale.
carotid. Show me
Okay, so carotid was right here.
the carotid.
So
Yeah.
here's ovale, and right behind it.
It's just that tiny little indentation.
All right, now I want you to find the base of your superior orbital fissure. So find the base of it. Okay, so look that way. Find the base of it. You see it? And right at the bottom of it is the foramen rotundum. That's the last one. But on the other side. So here is at the base of the superior orbital fissure, that right there. And picture him with his stirrups, going, whoa, digging his heels in right there from his saddle. Foramen rotundum, so he can rotundum up his cattle.
So is this it?
Okay, which one's the rotundum?
Yeah, yep, that's it right there.
Okay, good.
Yep.
There's the
Freeman
rotundum.
rotundum right here.
And
That's where he's digging in his heels.
Okay, so wait, show me.
Okay,
so here's the ovale. Here's your ovale, the spinosum. Where's your carotid? The serum. And here is the rotundum. The carotid is this guy.
This is hard to see on ours.
Spinosum.
Yeah,
And
see,
then the
because you can see
rotundum.
that it comes through the valley,
Okay.
the mountain range.
Rotundum. Freeman rotundum.
It's hard. I think it's that.
Okay,
it
a
comes
lot of these
through
you
there.
can see really well from the back as well. Lacerum. And these ones are easy because they go straight up and down. Okay, so when you're studying them, you can actually use. Try to keep your pencil leads in. No pencil leads. Okay. All right. So right here is my saddle. I know that's my saddle. So this is going to be my lacerum. Lateral to that is my ovale. Behind that is going to be spinosum. Rotundum you can see. Rotundum you can actually, but I got to see where it is. It comes in the cheekbone. That's why. Okay, it comes in through the cheekbone, the rotundum. Look at where my probe is, my little tiny probe. Okay.
Rotundum.
So it's going to be in there with the inferior orbital fissure. Okay. All right, let's go to the ethmoid. Ethmoid bone I'm going to look at from. Imagine your two olfactory bulbs lying on each side.
Okay.
Where your nerves are filtering up from the nasal cavity, right? Olfactory bulb, olfactory bulb. Nerves are filtering up through that cribriform plate, porous bone. Right in between it, you have your Christa Galli. So Christa is in her crib. That's how we remember that one. Christa's in her crib. Okay? All right, so Christa Galli and cribriform plate. That's what you can see from this superior view. All right, then we're going to go to a frontal view. Frontal view, we're going to look at
Skull back.
concha. What are we looking at? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Now, remember that I have.
Still your cristiform?
And remember that I
That's your
have
septum,
3
yes.
sets of nasal
Yep.
concha. Which one can we not see on this skull? The lateral walls of your skull, and you'll see shelves.
Those
Right. The top ones, then we're going to call them what?
middle.
Middle nasal concha, part of the ethmoid bone. Okay, middle nasal concha. The bottom ones are going to be what? Inferior. But are they
Inferior.
part of the ethmoid bone? No,
No.
they are not. So we're going to talk about those later.
Okay.
So that's going to be the middle nasal concha. We do have superior, and they are part of the ethmoid bone, but we cannot see them.
But the inferior is
Okay.
not part of ethmoid.
No, it's not. Okay. All right. Then we go to our perpendicular plate. Perpendicular plate you can see from a frontal view, and it is just the nasal septum.
Yeah.
But it is only the top part of the nasal septum. And so what we see is where that indentation takes place right here. See where that indentation takes place?
Right.
Right here. Above it is perpendicular plate. Okay? Below it is going to be vomer. All right. So
Okay.
right here where that indentation is, right?
Uh-huh.
Above it is going to be perpendicular plate.
But that is
Mental.
actual bone.
Yep.
So my kids both had, well, 2 of them had to have septoplasty over. Yeah. So that.
Okay. See how this is separated? It shouldn't be.
We can use that.
It's a good one, isn't it? Palatine bone.
You should.
Okay? Palatine bone. Do you see the suture here that should be there? And these two should be close together. He's got a cleft palate.
So it's the whole thing. Just these.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look on one of these, if I pin it very close to the edge here, it's going to be palatine bone.
Okay.
Sort of see the
You can
suture.
sort of see a suture here. Barely a
So
suture.
if somebody
right here.
has a cleft palate, they just put it
That's
back
where it
together.
is.
And the other
Yeah.
is like the palatine process of the max.
Okay, so that's the palatine bone. There's nothing else you need to know on that. Beyond the palatine bone, right here, is this whole structure right here. That is part of what bone? The maxilla. It's called the palatine process of the maxilla. But if I pinned it for the quiz, it would be the maxilla. Okay?
Right.
But I want major bones. The whole thing together is the hard palate. Okay? The whole thing together is the hard palate.
What makes it the whole thing?
The palatine bone and the palatine process of the maxilla. Okay, this one's the palatine bone. This is the palatine process of the maxilla. Together they make up the hard palate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I pin this, what would it be for the quiz?
Like the front
Palatine bone. If I pin this, what bone would it be?
But again, you said the hard palate is the
both
maxilla
of them.
and palate.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so on the maxilla, did you have another question? No. All right, so on the maxilla, we've also got, what else do we have? Okay, sinus, find that in the book. Infraorbital foramen, right? The foramen below the eye orbit.
Oh, yeah.
Infra, I'll give you back your scale. Infraorbital foramen, okay? The hole below the eye, right there.
Orbital foramen.
And then we have our zygomatic bone. Now what I want you to do on this one is make sure that you see the suture between the maxilla so you know where the zygomatic starts and ends. So zygomatic is your high cheekbone. Here's maxilla, is the front of your face, right? Your high cheekbone is the zygomatic bone right here. You can see that suture here. And then here where it ends. Okay? Zygomatic bone, suture.
How far does it go up?
And up to here to the suture.
There.
So from here to here.
So it's
Zygomatic
from
bone.
this suture to this suture.
Yep, you got good sutures.
Your high
All of
cheekbones.
that.
Can you see all the sutures on yours? We got like this suture here,
Okay,
this suture
and
here,
that the
and this suture
zygomatic
here.
process of the temporal bone plus the zygomatic bone make up the
Right.
zygomatic arch. Okay, so zygomatic process of the temporal bone plus the zygomatic bone make up the zygomatic arch. Okay. Right, lacrimal. No, inferior nasal concha. Find it. You should know where it is. The lower shelves. Good. The lower shelves. They are their own bone. All right. So if I pinned them, it's just inferior nasal concha.
Oh.
Yep. Those. Mm-hmm.
Very
Okay,
good.
those right there.
Flaps right there.
These ones right here.
Okay.
The inferior ones. Okay. All right. Then we've got lacrimal. Okay. Nasal bone right here.
Right.
Right behind it is the maxilla. Right behind it is the lacrimal bone. And I know it is because it has the nasal lacrimal canal in it.
Okay, so that's the nasal, that's the maxilla, and that's the.
Yes, so this one right here. Yeah, it does.
All right.
Right there with your nasal lacrimal bone.
All right.
Okay.
It's nasal, maxilla, lacrimal.
Are we
going
looking
down
at
into the
fissures?
ducts.
Or are we looking at, what are we looking at?
We're looking at the bones. These
Okay.
are all bones. The nasal bone.
That's
This is part of the maxilla,
Nasal you saw.
and this is the lacrimal because it goes down to the nasal
the duct.
lacrimal duct.
Very cool.
Okay,
Nasal.
body,
Say it one more time. Nasal.
This is just all part of the maxilla that comes up, and then lacrimal.
mandible. Okay, so if it was like this, you would just write mandible for the quiz. Okay, body, ramus, at an angle with the bone, right? Coronoid process, condyloid process. Corn before condi, right?
Yes.
Coronoid, condyloid. This is the notch. Okay, mandibular notch right here. Mandibular
Horn
notch.
before candy.
Yep.
Then we've got mandibular or mental foramen. Okay, mental foramen is in the front. In the front, chin, right?
So
Mental
mental.
foramen. In front. Then the mandibular foramen are internal in the inside. Inside of the mandible. In fact, this is where nerves come out and where the dentist numbs you up. Okay, are those nerves that are coming out of this?
That's called a mandibular
inside.
foramen?
This is the mandibular foramen, yes. Right there. We didn't cover alveolus with the last one. Okay, right there, inside. Alveolus we got on your guy because he's toothless. So all those cavities, all those little
Just all the sockets.
cavities, the sockets are alveolus. Like if they were all out, all the bone that comes up between the teeth would be the alveolar margin, which I didn't have you label, but that's all the alveoli are those cavities that the teeth sit in. Hyoid bone, right here. Okay, doesn't attach with any other bone. Lots of muscle attachment for swelling. How did that feel?
That feels pretty good.